we go. Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. Good morning, everyone. So very excited. We're going to talk about how do we find sellers using all of our awesome tools? Because let's face it, buyers are fine, but I always like sellers. Sellers are better, right? So let's talk about some of the really cool tools that we have and ways that we can use them to find sellers. That's what I want to look at today. Everybody good with that? I guess you are because you're hopping on and you're here. So we're going to give everybody, we have a couple more people hopping in. So we're just going to give it just one more minute. How's everybody doing? Everybody have a great weekend? Yes? Great.
Yep.
All right. So what I want you to do is open your hub, your My Hub, and then I'm going to share my screen. Okay. And let's go ahead and make this big. All right. So we're going to go to My Hub. All right. First, we're going to talk about a couple really key things that we can be utilizing and make sure everybody knows what they are and where they are, because it's so funny. Everybody has said it at one point or another. Carrie, you go so fast. True story. True story. I feel like I know this stuff so well. When I meet you guys, I'm like, yeah, it's the neighborhood report. You're like, where was that one? It's the quarterly report. Oh, it's the, and you're all like, yeah. And I just feel like it's just so simple and it's just right there. But I have to remind myself that I do this day in, day out, all the time with each of you. So it's so repeated. So perhaps it's not quite as repetitious for you all. So I'm going to take the moment of the hour to go a little slower, which is painful for me, but purposefully I have not drank my coffee yet. So that may help. It may not, but it is the goal, right? I tried to see if we can explore it together in a slower fashion, as much as I can do, that we can all follow along. But guys, we have tools that no one has. And it's funny because, I train at the board, right? And, I'm like training at the board and, I'll be at something and people be like, well, how do you do that? I'll to myself go, well, you just use a neighborhood report. And, RPR has a neighborhood report, but ours is so much better than RPR's. I was teaching a social media class at the board and I was like, oh, well, you can use the RPR neighborhood report. And then we were looking at it. Ours is so much better than RPR's. Seriously, we have so many better tools at our fingertips. And then I stopped to think to myself, how many of my people are actually using these things? So let me ask you guys, this is a judgment-free zone. Today I give you a pound. Tomorrow, maybe not. No, I'm just kidding. How many of you guys seriously have used a neighborhood report to get sellers? Okay, so see, this is why we're doing this here today. I'm going to go over a really awesome at the end. I'm not going to do it today because to me, it's so simple. And you all going to look at me like with the glassed over eyes, and it's not going to be simple for you. But it's a Facebook ad campaign where we use Remind, a custom list, and a neighborhood report. And thank you, Linda. Uh-oh, it sounds difficult. Guys, you can actually farm people from a specific neighborhood using Remind, a custom list, Facebook ad campaigns, and a neighborhood report. That is like a success right there. But we're not going to do that today, although I do have it on my YouTube channel. But I want you to know the pieces today. What we're going to do to make this easier is break it into bite-sized chunks. Just like I always say that the people need to see things in bite-sized chunks, I've come to realize that you guys are the people too. And so I think that I have been a little remiss in understanding that you all need to see things in bite-sized chunks too. Does that make sense? So I am going to go ahead and break this down a little bit slower so that we all can put this into action. Okay. So first, let's stop and break down what do we actually have in our toolkit that can be used. Okay. So in our toolkit right here, whether you have a listing or you don't have a listing, that is the beautiful thing. Everybody has 3 things that can be used right now. My favorite is right here, the neighborhood trend report. You guys see this? Bottom left. Notice I have a ton. Neighborhood trend reports. And you can click on one. I'm just going to click on one that I created. There's a Waterford Point. We're going to create how to do it. And it's a neighborhood trend report. Notice I say neighbor. Sometimes if you wanted to say, hi, neighbor, I'm going to show you how to do that. But your contact you're going to create, the first name will be hi, neighbor. Or your first name could be hi, and the last name could be neighbor. Because this is an auto field, and you have to assign it to a contact. Okay? That's how that works. Now, this says, Premier Sotheby's Realty is pleased to provide an updated neighborhood trend report summarizing the recent activity, blah, 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 blah. We can change that, guys. We could create our own customized one. So you know how we write an equity letter? We can create our own little equity letter and put it right here, a short version of it. But did you know that last month, Waterford Point actually sold XYZ higher than all the other communities around it? Right? If we're going to use a neighborhood trend report to try to get the neighbors in that Waterford Point to want to sell, this is an example, we're going to want to customize these words. Does that make sense? Now, once we create this report, there's several things we could do with the report. We could email it out. Guys, do we get emails from Remind? This is not a trick question. Yes, we do. Do we know if they're accurate? No, but is it worth a shot? Yes, all day long. Could you mail it? You could. You could mail this neighborhood trend report when you're looking for something to do. This could be something you do as a mailer. Also, could you text it? How would you text this? A flip book, guys. You could send this as a text in a flip book format. And where would you get their phone numbers? Remind, there's another place you could get them too.
Where?
Forewarn.
Oh, forward. Oh, that's a good one.
Well, yeah, if you can get pieces of information. If you don't have the phone number, you could get other pieces of information, which you would have out of Remind, wouldn't you? Not that I'm advocating for that. I know. Did I say that? Right. Well, is that really the purpose of Forewarn? The purpose of Forewarn is truly if you're going to meet somebody to make sure that they're a safe person for you to meet. We're sort of, but it's not, I mean, maybe we even did.
Go meet them, so.
We do want to go meet them. I mean, truly, there was a lot of things that we said we wouldn't do. How many of us actually read all the things in the beginning of Forewarn that we said we wouldn't do? I didn't, and I should have read. You read it? Did it say we wouldn't do that?
It said we should not absolutely.
Okay, see, I didn't read it, but I thought it probably did say that. So see, from an attorney's point, perfect. I feel good about it. I feel good about it. Thank you. Thank you. I think, see, there's a security point there. I agree with that. At any rate, so how do we convert these reports, whatever report you're using, guys? Remember, convert to PDF. If you're going to make this a flip book, you need to click on that and make it a PDF, right? Because that's how you upload it into Presentation Suite. You need a PDF. If you want to use this in a Facebook ad campaign, you need a PDF. And if you choose to make this a downloadable guide, which we're going to touch on in my favorite, Social Bay, which is another great way to use this to get seller leads. We're going to go into each one of these, but these are 3 ways we could use this. You also need a PDF, which we can use right here. And then you would save this. That's how you do that. I would not share it direct to social here. No. I would. What? come back? Alejandro?
Sorry, I'm driving and I saw this guy driving.
Oh.
Sorry. I was put a bit on mute.
I understand. You should hear me when I drive. That's why we put it on mute. Mhm. Okay, so I would not share to social here. If I was going to use this for social, I would use it through Social Bay as a downloadable guide, frankly. It's a great call to action. Forward to a friend, no. If I was going to forward this to a friend, why am I forwarding it to my friend? You know, there's got to be a reason. Is it going to be an email? Is it going to be, and now let's talk about this briefly. How would I make this an email? The best way to make this as an email is to turn it into a flip book and then use that. So let's take a quick peek. Well, we're going to look at that in a second. We're going to turn it into an active pipe piece and they click on it and then it becomes a flip book. It looks so much better. You know, you've got to make it. Oh, Claire, can you share with us a cool little paper turn thing?
Yeah, I can share the demo with you guys.
That's my favorite thing.
It's just a graphic.
I know,
But-
but I love it.
Yeah, but then you hyperlink.
Yeah.
The flip book to it.
Yeah, but we want to do that because then they know to turn it. Because
Yeah.
otherwise it's just a flat thing and you have to say click here, but you don't even have, I mean, I would still say that.
Yeah, I still put like
Mhm. Yeah.
cover of flip book.
Okay, so you're gonna hop on in a second to show that because that is,
Yeah, I can show you. It's in Jules'. I made an example. It's in Jules'.
can you drop it into my Canva?
Yeah.
Yay, I'm so excited. I've been wanting this forever, guys. You have no idea. Okay. You know, those are the things that you need to know. But look, let's just take a quick peek. Again, it has the for sale data. It has the price range trend, the properties on the market, the days on the market, and then it gives a sample, right, of the local market. Now, clearly not a lot going on in Waterford Point. So you might want to pick a community that actually has a little more going on. But if you're going to make this a flip book that you're going to use, that you can either, what are we going to do with the flip book? The flip book can be sent in an email, right? Active pipe. The flip book can also be sent as a Facebook Messenger.
What's your email for?
It's the My Premier Sir. The flip book can also be sent in a WhatsApp, right? The flip book can be embedded in a website. So if you create a community web page, if you're going to be farming that community and you want to have a community web page. So these are the things. The flip book is going to be great for this neighborhood trend report. Now, when I'm talking about flip book, does anybody not know what I'm talking about when I say flip book?
I'll have to show you. Once you get in, whenever you do that, I'll show you how I.
I'm going to open that really quickly.
I just sent you my email.
Okay, let's pick a better community. I don't mean better in the way. You sent me a blank email. Oh, isn't that sweet? We have Claire's cute little face, but nothing else.
I jumped the gun.
She jumped the gun. She was excited about it, but then nothing. Okay, so remember the flip books, guys, we make in Presentation Suite. And if for some reason you're having trouble getting into Presentation Suite, I'm going to give you the first try. If you get some weird thing about you don't have the user not recognized, some weird thing like that, I'm going to tell you to go incognito. That would be your new incognito window, see here? And go to access.sir.com and try to get in that way. Sometimes, for whatever reason, we get some cookie issues. I've noticed it more and more with the Okta. We have Okta, Access has Okta. Sometimes there's some weird cookie thing. I don't know. But I know that when you delete your cookies, guess what else you delete? Your passwords. I know, I did it. It was so painful. It took me like weeks to remember all my passwords. I probably still have a couple I don't remember. It's so painful. So if you had to, I think it's worthwhile to just go incognito. It's not so painful, right? And if you go incognito, just so you know, this is what incognito looks like. Incognito, they don't keep the cookies. So you just do access.sir.com if you have cookie problems. And you sign in to your Sotheby's account. So I would be Carrie.Prieto@sotheby'srealty.com. Password is the same. Okay. And if you don't remember your password, you say forgot password, and it will email it to your Premier Sir, even though you're writing sotheby'srealty.com here. That is your username. It is not an email, although it looks like it is. It's not. Okay. Just so everybody clear on that. All right. So that's the first problem that people run into with that. Now, let's go into presentation suite real quick. And actually, we're not going to make that flip book there. The other thing I want you to see is if you go into Active Pipe, which we're going to, once we get our cool little awesome thing from Claire, did you send it to me, Claire? Oh, we got it. So excited.
So what I had to do, that's layered.
Look
images.
at that.
So you have to layer the images, you'll have to save the front page as
Uh-huh.
a graphic. So that's a layered image, and if you scroll down to the second page, you'll see I downloaded the first one, did it as a PNG.
Uh-huh.
No background, and then you can see the one below.
Oh, I see. That's how you got the
Yeah,
back.
so you can
Mhm.
move those two items.
So you have to have two so that way you still see that
And
behind
that's
it.
a shadow behind. But if you have this, then
Uh-huh.
you can kind of just go off that. You don't have to read.
This could be a little bit above your head. And if it is, you could just ask Claire to do that.
I'm happy to do it.
I didn't even understand what she was saying, much less maybe.
Yeah, if she just, everything she just said in the last minute was like, she's speaking Greek, just ask Claire.
I get so excited to do little things like this.
But see, what's cool about it is, you know, this is a book.
Can you
Okay.
create a template and then
That is
share?
the template.
So are you able to share it with us so we can?
Yes, I just shared it with Carrie. I'm happy to send everyone the link.
Okay.
But what she's saying is it's not as simple as just paste a picture. Yeah, it's kind of layered. You have to do a couple things.
Move that top image, they can see that it's, yeah.
But
see
what
how
was
it's-
a small
Okay,
thing
yeah.
off though, because.
Yeah, so
for
you
the
can-
first one, we just put the.
Hey,
top.
Carrie?
Yeah.
What is what you have on the screen right now? So is that like a custom listing presentation, or what is that?
Well, this was something that we sent in an active pipe that just let you know, click on this, and this is the flip book for Jules's Pendito house.
Oh, so it's solely for a specific property.
Yeah, that's what this was,
Okay.
but I want to use this format so that I could use this flip look for a neighborhood trend report. So instead of
Gotcha. Oh,
it
I see. Okay.
saying contemporary masterpiece in the heart of Bella Collina, I'd
Yeah,
say
yeah.
amazing waterfront community in the heart of Windermere, right? And
Gotcha.
then put a picture of Waterford Point or whatever community I was going to use, right? And then I wouldn't put the address down there, and then I'd have the little flip, so people would be like, "Ooh, let me look at my community." See, and then what do they get? The community report. But that
Gotcha.
I would create a custom image, but now people know, ooh, this is the book I want to click. And the reason why is I'll show you when I've done these things in here with the books. I have so many things in here. Let's see. Piecer, Peyton's broker. Oh, and that didn't have one. Hold on, please. Where's my Susie Carr thing? Hits, la. Marketing your home with for Susie Carr. Here's an example. This one has 2 books, right? But you don't know that they're books. It does say click here to see our unique marketing plan. Click here to learn more. And so when you preview it, right, let's see. So when they get it in their email, they click on it and it is a flip book, right? But do they really know it's a flip book? They actually had to read to click. You see what I'm saying? Had that little flippy thing, which I love. Which one is open? This one. I don't know which one am I in? This one? Had they,
And Carrie, by
Uh-huh.
by that flip thing, it's like that little lifted corner of the page. Is that what you're saying?
yes.
Okay.
Exactly. So had they had that little thing, they would have known, oh, this is a book. That's what I'm saying. So what I'm suggesting is if you wanted to create this, you'd have one piece in the middle instead of 2, and you would put something about the community right there with the little flippy. when you're sending an email out. Okay, does that make sense?
Yes. Thank
Okay.
you.
Yes. So, that is the neighborhood trend report. We're going to talk more about that in a second. Another one I love is the market report. Let's look at the market report. I, by the way, use these market reports. Chris has been seeing me do this. I use these when I come up with my equity letters. So I keep them for all areas. So I have now like the Dr. Phillips, just so you can take a look at this. It encompasses like Lake Nona, 2 zip codes, right? And I picked the single family. So it says what's happening in Dr. Phillips. I wrote that as my report cover name. But again, I didn't change this. Now, if I was going to use this, I would change what this says. I would write something about what's happening, right? But notice the only problem about this. So if I was going to create this in a flip book, I probably would put these 2 things together because here's 32819. This is all 32819. I find this confusing because then it goes to 32836. Now it's 32836. So if it were me, I could move this around. I would take this page and I would move it right next to this page. So you can compare 32819 and 32836, right? And I might even write something about that. So I would put both pages that were the same right next to each other, and I would highlight maybe even the differences, right? Or if you wanted to, if you were sending to one community that was only in 32819, I could maybe just do the market report just for one zip code. That's another way you could do it. So it just depends on what you're trying to say. Like maybe if I was sending it to, Chris, which one did we do it in? We found that the zip code was so much better than the other one. Which community was so much better, the zip code versus the other one? Do you remember?
I think it was this one with the sales price being up 63.
Yeah, look at this one, 32819, the sales price is up 63% in March. And this sales price is 32836. The sales price is only up 16%. But my point is, right, if I'm talking about that community, which I think was Toscana or some, I don't remember what the community was. Delagio. If I'm talking about Delagio, I would have mentioned that maybe in my letter. I might have even written in presentation suite, maybe pointed that out there. See, that's what makes a report more interesting. You see what I'm saying? I take this data, but then I'm going to add some interesting information onto it to customize it. Why just send it? When you're in presentation suite, and let's actually do that. Let me show you this. So hold on. Let's go back to where I am. Again, up here, blah, 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 we can say convert to PDF. Same thing. And then we can save it. So I'm going to say file, save as. Now, normally I would change that letter, right? But we're not going to do that at present moment. And I'm going to say DP, oh, FP, that's even more special. DP for class. Okay, now I'm going to go here into my presentation suite. I thought I opened it. Did I not? Okay, maybe not. And this is how you upload it, right? Just for those of you who may have forgot, you just hit upload PDF. And you're just going to upload that file. Next. Now, once it comes in here, you have to hit the editor on the bottom. Let's move these people in here. See this editor that will turn blue? It's going to be on the very bottom. See, you have to hit that. So now you can edit this. So if I wanted to, as I said, take this slide here, I can simply move it up. Just like I said. See, now I have this page and then that page. You can move them all around. Now I can take, if I want to, and I can go to elements. And if I want to do shapes, and I want to take this and I can turn this color and make it yellow. And I want to bring out this thing here. And then I want to do the same thing here. I can even just copy this. I don't even have to recreate it. I can say copy, go down in here and paste. See that? And now look at that, pointing out the differences. And now I can talk about that. And I can make a text and add a body text right here. And I can say, look at the difference or whatever I wanted to say between the average, right? And I'm making my point difference here. You know, what have you. And if you wanted to make it larger, you just go in here. Let's see. I can make the font Benton Sands. And I can make it 20 if I want to, or whatever I want to make this. If I want to make it 26. No, I obviously didn't finish writing what I was going to say, but you know what I mean? Like, that's where you can write in what you wanted to say right there. You could put it in color, you could put arrows, it is so easy.
The extra, I lost the step there. I have it uploaded, but did you do customize?
You have to hit editor on the bottom. How easy is this, guys? So once you're in Presentation Suite, you first upload your file, then you hit the editor on the bottom, the blue one. Once you're an editor, you can change anything you want. If I forgot to change this, let's say, oh, darn it, I forgot to change what I wanted to say there, right? I could do it the cheesy way, but it totally works. And I can go ahead and say shapes and do this. I've done this like a billion times, guys. And I say, here we go. And I just take out all of that. And now you can put in the text that you want to say. Not in the market report. No, the market report is zip code driven. But this is a great, you can do single family and condo.
Well, you can choose this. Yeah.
So I was hoping just to be just.
Yeah, you can't map it. Yeah, the market report. We can ask Claire. Claire, is there any kind of report where you can actually map? You know, because part of Dr. Phillips is not 32836 goes outside. That's what she's saying.
Yeah, unfortunately, there's not a way that you can map.
Yeah,
More than one zip code.
right. Yeah. And they separate it though. They'll never combine them is the problem. Okay, so that's a cool thing. The other thing that you can do, which I love to do, let's say at the bottom here, is you can upload, you can also add your bio in here, guys, you know that. And there's some cool, like, for example, if you want to add a testimonial, look at this nice testimonial. You guys like that? Can you see that? Wondering where I got that? Nope. Nice guess. Well, I got her testimonial from Testimonial Tree, but where did I get that template? Beautiful. It's formatted perfectly. I'm not breaking any brand rules, which is so not like me. There's one place I can do that, and it's called Design Center. Design Vault. You're right. I lied. Design Vault. Here's another one. Look at this. How do you like Chad's bio? I did a little mini bio for him. Guess where that came from? Design Vault. Yeah. So Design Vault has got some really cool things, guys, if you're looking to create little things like that as well. But here's another one. Let's see, where's my home link? Oh God, it's pretty far down. Here you go. Let's see. You guys see? Oh, good gosh. See this one? I can give you this one if you don't have this one. You can either move it there or you can just move it down on the bottom here. I probably would move it on the bottom. You guys see this? How much is my home worth? Now, this is just a picture that I created in Canva. And I would want to make this a link. So what I do with this one is I now go ahead and take this and I would want to go ahead and make this a link. And I'm going to make the entire page, in case someone clicks anywhere on this page, a hyperlink. Everybody with me?
Under link interaction.
Yep. Now the URL I'm going to send them to is my website. And I'm going to send them to my, how much is your home worth? Oh, why do I have Lin Lu on my page? Okay, that's a problem. I need to. That's, I don't, I don't know. I need to fix that. So I would send it here. That's really funny. I don't know what Lynn is doing there. We got to get rid of that. So I would just paste that URL there. Make sure it opens in a new tab, although it actually defaults to that. So you see that? Now, there we go. That looks great. So now I would call this what's happening in Dr. Phillips, or whatever you wanted to say here, right? In Dr. Phillips, or whatever neighborhood they're in, right? I would write my letters, say what I want to say, talk about different things. You know, I'd change things. But you see how you could, if I wanted to add my bio, let's say I wanted to add my bio at the very last page. So I would go here to, see how we're on layers now? I would want to go to pages. And click on this one and say new. So now I have a blank page before the last one. And I'd go back to my uploads, and maybe this last one I would put my bio. Do I have a good bio in here? Let's see what I have. Lord knows. I don't even know what I have for myself. I have a bunch of you guys on here. Maybe I just throw that thing in there. Download my contact card. There you go. I don't know. Maybe I put my bio. That's pretty large. Download my contact card. I don't know if I like that. Whatever. It really doesn't matter. This is just for training purposes. But, and there I am. Lovely. Okay, whatever. So you see there, you could add a bio on there if you wanted to, if you wanted to add something about what you do special, if you wanted to add some kind of a call to action, like if you work with you, they get some extra staging, they get, you know, some kind of a package that you want to offer, whatever that is. You know, to your neighbors, your VIP neighbor package. Right? Because don't you all offer a special VIP neighbor package that comes with their staging and their, I mean, I don't know. Right? Something like that? Mm-hmm.
Over the links again, that's something I don't know how to do.
Sure. So let's say you wanted to put something in here about your VIP neighbor package, and you wanted to go to the page on your website where you had it. You go to this one right here, which is interactions, and you say right here, link. I like to link the whole area.
Okay.
Because frankly, you could just create one little link, but if they don't click exactly on that link, you missed it. So to me, click anywhere on this whole page. This whole page has become a hyperlink.
Oh.
You see what I'm saying? That's why I like that. Do you really notice it? Not really, right? And now I put the URL, which would take them to my page on the VIP homeowner special or whatever you, the white club, you know, white glove VIP homeowner, whatever, you know, whatever thing you're going to send them to. Does that make sense? Okay. Any questions about that? Now, let's say I say share now, because it's just so fabulous. We all know it. It's just so great. Now what I have is not finished thing, but we'll just pretend it is finished and fabulous. This is the link right here that you can go ahead and text to people. You can WhatsApp it. I mean, once it's finished, right? Because obviously I wouldn't do it empty like this, not finished or whatever, but you understand what I'm saying, right? And they have, this is a hyperlink. See, it takes them to the page on my website. You could have added a video in here. You could add whatever you want in here, right? But you get what I'm saying. Yes? Now, the other thing is, if you wanted, you can have the embed code if we want to bring this into your website. I'll help you do that. Yes.
So we did finish, this, where did you go to finish?
So let's go. Now, the cool thing is, this is always here for me. And let's go to a pretty one.
I should have my note.
So here's the marketing one, right? This is so nice. So you hit share now. Oh, this is Anna Maltby's. Okay, so I say update. Now, you can change this anytime you want to, and whenever you change it, the link doesn't change. So that's what's nice about this. Like if she updates this, it won't change her link. So anybody that she sent this to will always get this. Right? Which is nice. And then this is the this link will be the link that you've sent it to. So if somebody re-clicks on that link, it'll get any changes she's made. So if you've ever, that's why you always want to create a duplicate, because you want to get a new link if you're using a new property, right? For this marketing one, that's why you never want to keep using the same link. Because if you sent this link to 3 different homes, their link is going to be old and they're going to start seeing 3 different homes. You follow me? That wouldn't be good. So you hit, yep, you publish it. But like, for example, this is Anna's marketing proposal, right? If she did this for Happy Way, and now she wants to use the same book, but she's just going to modify the address and she wants to use it for, somewhere else, she has to create another one. So all she has to do is right here, make a copy. Now, when she makes a copy and publishes that one, it'll have a different URL. Because if she just changed this one, the people on Happy Way will keep seeing the changes, which will be very bad. So same thing's true, guys. If you're going to use these neighborhood reports, let's take a peek because I had a bunch of them. Hold on a second. Let me see where they were. And you wanted to use these. Okay, here's a neighbor. Let's see. Where's the neighborhood report? Home history book. Lovely. You can see I do a lot of these. Eagle Creek neighborhood report. Let's look at this one. Edit. What's happening in Eagle Creek, right? Right here. This URL wouldn't have changed. So this information is not going to change, right? So this inventory, I'm sure, is sold. It's from 8/7/23. Hey, Chad. You follow me? So if I just keep using the same URL, this stuff is old. That's why if I embed this into my website, I have to change this book. That's the one thing you have to know. If this book has been embedded into my website because I created a neighborhood page, because I'm going to farm that community, I'm going to target prospect that community, I want those neighbors to go there, I have to change this book because I've used a stagnant book. That makes sense? It's not like, but all I need to do now, see this report is Eagle Creek, right? If I go into my neighborhood trend reports and I know that I've done Eagle Creek, am I in neighborhood? Nope. I got to go to marketing, neighborhood trend reports. Let's see where Eagle Creek is. Eagle Creek. This Eagle Creek will be up to date, because I've created the report. Look, 4/29. So all I need to do is remember to go in here and recreate that book and just re-upload it. But you have to remember to do that step because it won't auto filter to Presentation Suite, to your website, to wherever you're sending it. Does that make sense? So it is a little bit more labor intensive, but see, this inventory is actually available now versus the other inventory that I'm sure hopefully sold or whatever, but it's not, accurate. Because you see, they can click on this inventory and it'll take them to my website. You don't want them to click on old inventory, and that's what they all do. If they click on this inventory from here, look, oh wait, well, we have to go into the actual book. Let's see, preview. Now they click on that and let's see what happens. It's not going to be pretty though. Oh, it says sold. At least that's not terrible. But you see what I'm saying? They're clicking everything. It's going to say sold or off market. And they're going to be like, why is all this stuff not active, not available? So it's much better to have, information that makes sense for current.
On this page right here.
Uh-huh.
Those hyperlinks are automatically there going. to
Yes.
those homes?
Yes. Yes, exactly. Just like the ones that are here, because they're all active going to the home. So when you bring them into the book, they're all active. And they go to your website. Because on the website, it will always say listing courtesy of right down there. So we're covered for MLS purposes. So you don't have to worry about any of that, which is what's great about it. But this is a great way for you to be able to farm or target that neighborhood, to get those listings, to be that neighborhood expert, to show you have all the information. But don't just send the report. You want to talk about the report. Don't just send it, talk about it. So you got to look at the data. And I would recommend, okay, so if you're going to do Eagle Creek, let's say you want to do Eagle Creek, right? It talks about the sold data. It talks about the market data. This is what the information they're giving you. Days on market, properties on market. This is about Eagle Creek. But you need to look at 32827 versus 32832. Because Lake Nona is very different, 32827 and 32832. And so you want to be able to be the expert explaining kind of what's happening. You could explain that in 32832, we actually have loan programs where people can buy with no money down and no PMI. That's amazing. So you want to talk about some things that are unique to that zip code. Now, I'm going to probably share that after looking at that zip code. I think that zip code didn't do as good as 32827. Where would I find that? Knowing which zip code did better than the other for March. What report would tell me that, guys? Nope, that was the neighborhood one I just looked at. The market report. The market report. So you want to, if you're farming Eagle Creek, for example, you need to have the market report for Lake Nona with the 2 zip codes already pre-pulled. This is what will make your life easy, guys. Whichever community you're farming, have that market report. The quarterly report's fine, but the quarterly report is too big of a broad base to give you good data for little letters, right? In my opinion, once a quarter maybe, but not normally. So this is the thing. This is 32827. In March, their average sales price was up 6.6%, right? I don't care about the median. I know some people to say is important. I disagree. Their list price was average 841. And then the sold listings, let's see, they sold 38. They had 36 new ones, and their days on market were 71. Let's see what happened in 32832. Let's look at the difference. They're down 11.5. So, we got to ask ourselves, what is that about? Do we want to talk about that? Do we want to say why that's down? But I don't know if I'd want, but look, new listings are not, there's less new listings in Eagle Creek or in 32832, which is really mostly Eagle Creek, if you ask me, versus 32827. So you could talk about the fact that there's less new listings. That would be a positive, right? You got to think about, but look at their average sold price is way down. Now, why is that? Because they don't have like Nuna Golf and Country Club. So maybe Nuna Golf and Country Club sold a couple. But it's interesting, right? Their days on market though are down. The other one was 71, now we're 55. So I would talk about that. So these are the things you'd want to bring out the positive points. I would bring out the mortgage situation because your average mortgage of the money down is up to what?
Well, it just changed.
Oh, what did it change
It used
to?
be 760.
That's, I was like, yeah, this is
I'm sorry, they just changed it to $500,000. So that wouldn't probably work here.
$500,000. Wow,
This-
okay.
It was designed for first-time home buyers, and so they kind of realized.
They're not gonna be able to buy anything in, that's ridiculous. Okay. Disappointing, Maria. Ah. Okay. But anyway, but you guys see my point, right? So this is, I wouldn't point out the obvious that the average sales price is down compared to the other one, but I would point out that the new listings, there's less new listings than the other one. I would definitely point out that the days on market are shorter, right? These are the things you want to be pointing out. Okay, now I would include both reports because that would make them a little more realistic. But the point is, if you ask me, Eagle Creek had gotten way overpriced. Let's be real. So I think that's what's happening. But anyway, you see, but this is interesting stuff. So if you are using any community that you're farming, you should be using the neighborhood report, and the market report should be your guide to help you to talk about it. Does that make sense? Now, let's take a quick peek because we're doing okay on time, but let's look at Social Bay. I always have trouble now trying to find where the heck it is. Where's the Social Bay? It's on here somewhere. Oh, thank you. It's easier when they say Social Bay, then I can find it. Okay, here we go. So do you guys remember landing pages on the left? Downloadable guides. This is my favorite, the downloadable guides. Now they give you two already. They give you the sellers, the guide to selling your home, and the guide to buying a home. What I like is the customs. You see, I've already created a bunch. I created what's happening in Windermere. Let's take a look at this. View live page. Let's see. What's happening in Windermere? Knowledge is power, and that is definitely true in real estate. For the latest trends and data in Windermere real estate market, take a look here and fill in your information to get my Windermere market report. So that was an actual market report I used there. And then here, let's see this one. View live page. Thinking of buying or selling in Winter Garden, check out the real estate market first. But see, you don't see here the actual ad. Why are you not seeing that action? Share to social. Let's see if it'll show. It didn't show my uploadable image. Let's see if it's going to show what I put in there. Oh, it just shows you that. Okay, upload image. All right, well, we're going to use one. We're going to create one. Yes. Okay, so let's say, the only thing is here, we cannot still do a custom list, right?
Not that I.
Yeah, so a neighborhood trend report would be kind of,
This is in Social Bay, yeah.
yeah, wouldn't be as good probably here because most people, I mean, you could, but I think the market reports would probably be better, like Dr. Phillips, Windermere, because who's going to know Laureate Park or who's going to know Bay Hill? Probably, maybe Bay Hill, maybe Alworth, maybe some of the bigger communities, but probably not. Let's be honest, right? But the downloadable guides are great. They're very simple. You would say, name your new page. So we're going to say, you know, what's happening in Dr. Phillips Save and continue. And then this is where you would do a market report, right? And you could say, Dr. Phillips is more than one zip code. Did you know that? You know, what's happening one side compared to the other, right? This would be a really good one. You know, people don't realize that. So you would say right here, instead of the guide to selling your home, you would say, what is happening in Dr. Phillips, right? And then here, this is where you want to say, there are actually 2 zip codes that make up the famous Dr. Phillips area. Which one? Let's see. How do they compare? To get an in-depth idea, click on the report below. Something like that, right? Get my Dr. Phillips guide, market guide, real estate market review. How's that? That's fine. And then here you go. The downloadable guide. We don't want that one. Hold on, that's the wrong one. Replace. So you hit replace, and this is where you drag and drop. So I put in, remember, oops, let's move this out of the way. The DP one, huh? Yep, you hit replace. And then,
What do you know, what do you know how much your home is worth? And then-
I'll show you. So now I put in this one. Let's view the seller's guide, done. So you can say view. See? Isn't that lovely? This is the one I did not change. This is just the regular one, okay? Which, you know, you can modify before you put it in, but there it is. And then want to know how much your home is worth? Want to know how much your home is worth? This, you don't even actually have to change that, correct, Claire? Because that one is your home value worth that
So
they
I
have.
was just like,
I'm creating my own downloadable guide in Social Bay, so I can just leave this one because this is the home worth that they already have created for you, correct?
Yeah.
But if I changed it to the one on my webpage, was that better? Because then they don't have to go through the hoops, or is it better just to leave this one?
I mean, I always prefer the one on the website.
So I could just change this to my home value worth on my website. So if I wanted to do that, I just go to my website, not the one with Lynn, but the other one. So you could go right here. Oh, no, marketing your home. What's the heck? Home value estimate. So you could just change it out if you want to, because the one they have, they make you go through a couple hoops before they give you your home value estimate. If you just want to get,
This one's simpler
Yeah.
and all the leads, like you'll get the text and the email saying that someone looked up.
so you just
the
change it.
home.
See? And you can switch it to your website instead of having the one. So you have 2 places they could get a home value lead. They could get it from Social Bay, or they could get it from your website. If they get it from your website, they get it immediately. They don't have to jump through hoops. It's an instant thing, but you get their information. If they get it through Social Bay, they have to jump through some hoops, and some people don't like that. So you might be better off just sending them to your website. Then you can say save. And then I could say here. Okay, then it says, get my Dr. Phillips real estate market review. I like it. Then I say share to social media. Now I'm going to change this picture. So I could go into Insight and get a picture from Dr. Phillips versus, so does everybody know where to find pictures? Under Photo Finder? You go to Photo Finder, you could say community and go to Dr. Phillips. And if I like any of these Dr. Phillips pictures, here's the question, do I like any of these Dr. Phillips pictures? Do you guys like any of these Dr. Phillips pictures? I guess, what do you guys think? Any of these good? We need better Dr. Phillips pictures.
Don't worry, that'll be coming shortly.
Excellent. All right, what do you guys think? Which one's this one? The fountain one? The fountain one, we think? All right, file, save images. Desktop, DP fountain. All right, save it. Now I go back over here and then I upload my image. See better, and I could say, interested in learning more about real estate and Dr. Phillips. What do you think? Like it? So then I would go ahead and say continue. Now here is where if I wanted to go ahead, I could go ahead if I wanted to target or not. I don't want to target, continue. Enter city. I don't want Orlando. I don't want to no, not right now. Continue. No, I don't want to did I say that I wanted to pay? Share to social. What happened? Why did it do that? Hmm. Continue. Your postings, your main group. All right, all networks. Continue. All right, whatever, continue. Oh, don't advertise. You can say yes, advertise, or don't advertise. Continue. And schedule it. Perfect. There we go. And there you go. So you could have boosted this and then paid for it, and it would have gone to all of the places you wanted to go, or you can just send it to your regular pages, whatever you wanted to do. That was not the neighborhood trend. That was the market. If you want to do the neighborhood, we don't have time for that. I can do that next Monday if you want. That is a Facebook ad campaign. We need to go to, what do they call it? God, I just went blank. You know, Facebook now has the Meta. Thank you. You have to go to the Meta suite. We go to the Meta suite. We actually use a custom list. We upload our custom list, and from there we target the people in the neighborhood.
And in this one for Dr. Phillips, you were combining the two zip codes?
Yes, and I talked about the fact that there are 2 zip codes, and you want to see how they each are doing compared to each other. And I think people will be interested. A lot of people don't know there's 2 zip codes in Dr. Phillips. Like if you're not from Dr. Phillips, you know, if you're from Lake Nona, you probably don't even know that. And like if you're from Dr. Phillips, you know there's 2 zip codes in Lake Nona? Probably not, right? But what's interesting is if you post stuff like that and people are not even from this area, they're like, wow, this person really knows Dr. Phillips. Wow, this person really knows Lake Nona. It just makes you look more like an expert as well. Now, remember, when you post it from Social Bay, guys, it posts to your business pages. So if you think it's interesting, you could also share it to your personal page. Don't forget that. Questions about anything we did? You guys, did I go too fast? I tried to go slow. Was it slow?
It was great.
Okay,
Good.
so proud of
Actually,
myself.
at a normal pace today.
That I succeeded. That was excellent. Like I have all my coffee still to drink. I mean, yeah, you know me. It's very difficult for me to talk slowly. Like I didn't even plug in my computer. Good gosh. Okay, so next week then, because I was trying to figure out What will bring, the reality is, guys, I'm gonna tell you the truth. I'm biding my time before these contracts come out. I'm like chomping at the bit. I really want to go over all the new contracts with you guys, but I don't know when they're gonna release that. So, I'm like on bated breath, waiting. But at any rate, until that happens, what we're gonna do next week is we're gonna take this step by step. The reality is, we want sellers. It's a great time to get them. So let's continue on this path if you guys are good with that. Next week, we'll look at doing the custom list in Facebook ad campaigns so that we can use our neighborhood trend report to specifically target sellers. You like that idea? Okay. This week, Thursday, we're doing our sales meeting for the beginning of the month. What? As long as I don't get like hijacked again. I might. And then Peyton will be having her big broker, private placement, networking, grand opening, awesomeness. I will be there, or be square. It's Lake Nona, 5 o'clock. It starts on Thursday. So I hope you all can make it this Thursday. You
What
guys,
time?
5 o'clock. You guys planning on, please RSVP on her Eventbrite because her people, her owners are looking at that. She's having catering. She's having Porsche coming. She's having prizes. She's going over the top on this thing. She's going crazy. So please try to come. It'd be great if we could support. This listing is beautiful. If you guys saw those pictures. It's not new. It's Thursday,
5 o'clock.
5
We're
o'clock.
talking about the same, which listing?
This is Peyton's big one.
Oh.
Please don't tell me. Yeah, no, it's there. Join us. Premier Broker Networking event. It's on Wittenberg Way, 5 to 7 or 5 to 7:30. Yep. So be there or be square. That's right. And then, what else did I want to share? Do we have anything else going on that you guys want me to promote? If you guys want me to be at a broker open, I'm happy to do it, but you have to do it like Alejandro did. You have to let me know before the event to make sure it fits in my calendar. Peyton did the same thing because my calendar is crazy, guys. You know that. So, because I will totally love to be there, but I have to make sure it fits in my calendar. So if you let me know before the event, that way I can schedule it in, I will be there. But
Hey,
if I-
Carrie,
yeah,
sorry, speaking about events coming up, I will send out an official invite, but I'm gonna do a
Oh, yeah.
brunch on the 8th. I'm looking at probably between 11 to 2.
right. Which I can come to. You check with me first. Thank you.
So if everyone could hold the date, I will definitely confirm it.
Yes,
Correct.
that's the one on Kilgore. Kilgore?
Oh, okay.
Kilgore, right?
Yes, correct. Yep.
Yeah, that's the one we did
Thank
the
you.
preview. Yeah. And then just to let you guys know, I have a lot of traveling coming up. So excited. My kids are getting out of school. That means my payments will stop. They're graduating. Yeah. So I'm going to California May 10th and I will be gone the following week. So, because that's a Friday. And then I'll be going in June to Chicago. So, yay. But anyway, just wanted to give you the heads up on that. I mean, obviously you can text me or whatever if you need me. I don't know if I'll have somebody cover me because it won't seem to matter anyway, but
They're gonna call you.
call me anyway. But I might get someone to cover me. We'll see. But let me know if you need anything. And I look forward to seeing you guys on the sales meeting. If anyone's going to come, please let me know if you're going to come in person. Because if you are, I will get food. I have mimosas ready to go. But if nobody comes, I'm not going to do it. So I need to know. Okay.
Is the sales meeting the same day as the brokerage, so it's literally right afterwards, right?
The broker's opens at 5. The sales meeting's at 10.
Right
Yeah.
after.
I mean,
So long.
that's a long right after, but yeah.
Carrie, why don't you make the sales meeting later, like at 3?
Move my sales meeting? I don't mind doing
Then
that.
Do the sales meeting and it goes, it's like for that day only,
I could do that.
right?
Take a little field trip, you can do.
I could do that. That's not a bad idea, actually. That's a good idea.
Everybody's gonna go there, and then we just go to the.
That's a great idea, actually. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll make like a 3:30 sales
Yeah,
meeting.
perfect. Then it
You
goes
guys
to-
all like that idea? 3:30 sales meeting?
Yeah.
All right, 3:30 sales meeting it is. I've moved it officially. Woo! Like it. All right, Thursday. And then we go right to Peyton's.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, awesome. Okay, guys, have a great rest of your day and we'll talk later. Bye.
Thank you, Peros.